Good afternoon. Once again, welcome to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Shiva Krishnan. I make videos related to AI on this channel. So I make videos related to AI on this channel. Okay. So in this video, we will see how to spot a fake review with the help of ChatGPT. And before I check with ChatGPT, I wanted to write down my own points. So here I've written my own points using my own thoughts. Like how, according to me, these are the following facts and these are the following points that can give me an indication that there is a fake review. Okay. And I also wanted to inform you that I make impromptu videos. So I make videos on the spot. I do not, sit down, prepare any script, review the script, and then make a video. I don't have that much time. Okay, because I have several other things to do, and so sometimes you may find me a little nervous, and I think that's not much of a big deal because even the most successful people at times do get nervous. So it's not much of a big deal for me. Okay, you have to be nervous, that's okay to be nervous, but end of the day, how do we overcome that nervousness? But any which ways, I got little deviated. But I thought of highlighting this point as well. Okay, so coming back to the topic, right? So these are my thoughts. So number one indicator is without proper explanation. So you see the review being pretty, you know vague, VAGUE, just in case if you are having any difficulty understanding my pronunciation, right? People from the Western world may have a little difficulty in understanding how I pronounce some words. So if the review is vague, okay, it's not properly detailed, they will just give you a review, a brief review, okay, it will be without any proper explanation. That's the red flag right there. And number two is without specific facts. Again, this is correlated to point number one. There is no proper explanation, okay, and there is no specific facts involved. It's pretty brief, okay, and there is no logic at all. That's point number three. So all these points are interrelated. And point number four is a refusal to properly communicate even after the issue has been resolved by the product seller or service provider. See, I'll give you an example. Let's say that you buy a product worth $5 or $10 from me. Okay, I'm just giving an example so that many people can correlate to this. Okay, let's say that you buy a product or service worth $10, and I find your product. I mean, you find, let's say that you have bought the product worth $10 from me, and you find the product to be pretty you know of inferior quality, and you reach out to me and say, hey, you provided an inferior quality product. Now I need my money back. I either need a replacement or I need the money back. That's what you may say to me. I would say that I'm unfortunately I cannot provide you the replacement. So what I will do is I will offer to credit the money to you. Okay, and then on top of that, for the inconvenience, I'll help you with some kind of a voucher. All right. So most people will agree that okay, now the issue has been resolved, so we don't have to make a fuss out of it for for a silly thing. But then there are some people whose whole idea, whose whole objective is to you know promote a lot of hate and find faults and make an issue out of nothing. There are such people exist. Their whole objective, in the field of business, okay, you will have definitely have enemies. People sometimes tend to think that okay, some person has got a person has got a lot of success means everything is looking, you know, absolutely grandeur and everything is fabulous. No, it doesn't happen like that. Maybe it may happen in an ideal world or let's say in a movie, but it doesn't happen in reality. In the field of business, There's a lot of competition threat, a lot of headache, even wars go on in the field of business, and that's how the field of business is. So, and all of a sudden, if somebody, you know, finds someone getting successful, then some people have the idea to target this particular person. And this has happened in the past, and this continues to exist even in present time as well. Okay, let's say the famous example in India is Sandeep Maheshwari. He's a famous YouTuber. In case if you are from the Western world, Sandeep Maheshwari is a famous YouTuber. He's known as a motivational speaker, but then he's an entrepreneur, and I'm one of his fan. Now, people in general tend to have a perception that everything is perfect in his life and that he's got a lot of success. But that's not true. We don't know what's going on in his life, and he himself has admitted that there have been some times that he gets upset, sometimes he gets angry, and but then he does find a way to overcome them using his own problem solving uh, strategies that he has, and he has shared this with people as well. So, and it's perfectly natural to think that yes, a human being does have wide range of emotions that he goes through. He is obviously not a robot. No successful person. End of the day, we human beings, regardless of whether we have success or failures, we are bound to go through some emotions. Okay, so as I said, like in the field of business, you will have enemies whose whole objective is to make sure that the enemy gets defeated, and that includes a business person as well. And when a business everything is going fine in a field of business, you have to ensure that there will be an enemy waiting to attack you. So they use negative reviews as a tactic to target someone. Now, having said this, I'm also fully aware that I had enemies and I do have enemies, and I'm fully aware of them. And they may be using some strategies to, defeat me, and I'm fully aware, and I'll be coming up with my own strategies to deal with my own enemies. Okay? So, and no matter how great a person has been, he or she had enemies, have enemies, and will have enemies. Okay? Now, You know, so that's why I've written this. Wherever there is friendship, there is rivalry as well. Wherever there is love, there is hate. Wherever there is victory, there is defeat. Wherever the appreciation is there, criticism also exists. Okay, and I think it has to be there, and that's perfectly fine. Now, on the other hand, having five-star reviews itself can mean a red flag because nothing in this world is perfect because of the plenty of problems that we have. Now, there are some people who these are perfectionists who expect everything to be perfect, and perhaps these are the same folks who have a logical infallacy. That's logical infallacy. This world has never been perfect; it'll never be perfect. Okay, and let's say that even if things appear to be perfect, well, there's nothing interesting. The fact that we have problems itself makes life pretty interesting. Okay, that's my take to it. And all right, so let's say that you find some product or service that has five-star reviews, and that itself can mean a red flag. Okay, you have somebody, and you know there could be the sample size could be pretty less. The sample size is less. You have bunch of people buying your product and service, and you get them to write some awesome reviews, five-star reviews. That itself does not mean that the quality of the product is pretty impressive or incredible. No, not necessarily. Most of the cases, you find something five-star uh, have five-star ratings, that should give an indicator that well something is fishy. There's a red flag here. Okay. Yes, I agree that in rare scenarios you come up with a product or service which has five-star ratings, but that's pretty rare, and I would say that's pretty rare. So one of the ways is that when you find a five-star rating, you and you find that 5-star ratings repeated in every place, you know, in rare scenarios you find that uh, the product or service is that good, that great enough. Okay. And so how do we identify, right? What I will do is I go through multiple platforms to check if the review is genuine or not. And that applies to, negative reviews and positive reviews. Let's say you have, 1 out of 5 rating. In few places you find the product has service has 1 out of 5, but in multiple places, in majority places, you find that the rating is really good, like 4 out of 5. Then we can conclude that that particular product or service has uh, amazing ratings, and it's a good product or service to try. And again, the same goes for the 5-star reviews as well. In few places you find the product having a 5-star review, but in most of the places you find the reviews are not good enough. So then again, you should be having a red flag about the tactics some people want to use. Okay. So there are some people who may want to use a manipulative review, and they want everything good being said about themselves. They can't stand. I mean, they think that okay, this is called excessive self-appreciation. Some people have the tendency to boast about themselves. They say, "Oh yeah, I'm so good enough. I'm doing everything." I mean, like, being confident is good enough, but being overconfident, right? So that's the indicator of people, some businesses using pure 5-star reviews as a tactic to make people feel, get the impression that everything is great about their business, which which may not be the case. Okay. So now let's ask ChatGPT. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to find out what ChatGPT has to say. Okay. So I'm going to copilot.microsoft.com, as you can see. And how do I identify fake reviews? I'm going to type this and I hit enter. So in few minutes, ChatGPT will, right. So you can see this, that ChatGPT has started giving the indicators. The number one indicator is language pattern and grammars, as I've explained here, that you can see without proper explanation. That is correlated to the ChatGPT point, which is language patterns and grammar. It's not properly explained. You have typos and poor grammar, and you know, yeah, and then also inconsistency. Okay, so let's say even if the typos are not there, poor grammar, the grammar is perfect, the typo is good enough, and you'll find inconsistency somewhere, which I've already highlighted a few minutes ago. Then the second thing is reviewer profile. Check the reviewer profile. If they have reviewed in many places in a short span of time, it might raise suspicion. That's what's okay. Be cautious if the same reviewer consistency leaves extremely positive or negative reviews across different products. Okay, this is also one of the indicator. Review length. Very short reviews with minimal information, as I've explained. Without proper explanation, you can see my own point. Without proper explanation, without specific fact. Okay, the reviews are pretty brief, so that can lead to suspicion. Genuine reviews tend to provide more context. Exactly. Okay. Helpfulness words. And yeah, so let's see if others have found a review helpful. If review has unusually high number of if the review has an unusually high number of unhelpful words, it could be fake. So this is actually used as a tactic, right? Verified purchases. Look for reviews marked as verified purchase. These are more likely to be genuine because they come from actual buyers. Avoid overly positive reviews and check for consistency. Again, this is based on what I had shared with you few minutes ago. Now, I'm going to ask about some businesses in India. Okay, what do you think about bada business? Okay, all right. So I will ask. Tell me about bada business. I hit enter. In few minutes time, there were some complaints about bada business. Comment on this. Okay. Hmm. So ChatGPT highlighted some issues regarding bada business. Okay, and user had paid 9,32,000, right, which is close to 1 million rupees. And if you were to convert that into dollars, it's approximately around, I would say, 11 or 12 thousand dollars, and that's a lot of money in India. Okay, especially for a middle class person. They paid for leadership funnel program, but faced some issues to change. The company's response was not satisfactory, and I'm assuming that the money may not have been refunded. Again, the second thing, deducting EMI without teaching. And another user had complained that Bada Business deducted course EMIs without providing any teaching or guidance, right? And they expressed disappointment with the lack of support. So money was charged, but the value was not provided. Delayed relieving letter. An employee had mentioned that they they had not received the relieving letter in a timely manner even after the notice period had ended. Now again, some red flag indications: fraudulent charges and lack of service commitment. They have the customer purchased IBC project from Bada Business, paid INR 35,000 and received no service. Now they are being asked for additional 45,000 without any commitment. Wow, fake commitments and live webinar charges cheating. So all these, would give any person an indicator. Now let's do a more sample size review. I'll say, tell me about, and by the way, I am not associated with Bada Business in any way, and I never bought anything from Bada Business. Okay, I was just asking for ChatGPT. Tell me about IRA EduTech. Excuse me. I was actually not well, but I still thought of, you know, doing the video. All right. So it has given me some things about IRA EduTech. No. Okay, here is it. Now let's see if there are any complaints. Now I'll ask for new topic. I'll go to another page because I want to save this chat later on. Let's say, tell me about IRA EduTech. few minutes will help you with some information about our edtech. And in the meanwhile, I really appreciate the patience that you are patiently watching this video. So thank you for that. I'll wait for ChatGPT to finish what it has to say. Okay. All right. Now, have there been complaints about them? Okay. See, in the meanwhile, personally, I'm using the services of Aero EdTech. Okay. Now, I'm not associated with them in any way, and I'm certainly not their employee. But I am definitely using their data analytics course and doing their course. Personally, so far, I found the product, I mean, their course to be having the value for my money because they've included the Excel, advanced Excel. They also included Power BI and advanced PowerPoint, which is fair enough because there are people in market who are charging. If they were to club all these together, then they'll be charging 50K to 60K in Indian rupees. I would say around $1,000. Okay, and that's for a course in India. It's quite a lot. But I got the data analytics from either Editech for just, I would say, $100, which is a decent amount, which is fine. Not that much of a expensive course, but for the price I paid, for the value I'm getting, I am quite happy as of now. Okay, now let's see if there have been some complaints about them. So it'll give you the breakdown of positive and the negative things as well. Okay, you see, this is, I would agree with ChatGPT because there may be few things here and there. Some people may not have been happy, which is understood, but most of the things people are happy, and most of the things are good about IRA tech. So as I've said few minutes ago, that nothing in this world is perfect, right? But what we can agree upon is if most of the people, if they are happy, majority majority people, if they are happy with a particular product or service, then we can agree that okay, it's genuine, it's good, and we can conclude that oh yes, this is a good or and a wonderful product or service. So that's what we always have to look at. Majority, what does the majority have to say? Okay. All right, I hope you found this video to be valuable enough, and I hope that you could derive some value out of this entire video. All right, I'll be publishing more videos related to AI. Thank you so much for watching, and if you found the video useful, please do subscribe. And if you want to like the video, feel free to do that. If you want to dislike the video, feel free to do that as well. And if you feel like wanting to share the video with some of your friends, please do that. Thank you.